It's literacy time. Elephant and I are going to read you a storybook. Now, when you come back to school, we've got 4 weeks left of term 4. In that 4 weeks, we're going to learn all about space and we're going to learn about dinosaurs. But that's when you come back to school. For this week, we're going to have our last Julia Donaldson book. Can you think of a Julia Donaldson book you know that has farm animals in it? Quickly, I'm going to show you. You may know this story, you may not. The author is Julia Donaldson and the book is A Squash and a Squeeze. A Squash and a Squeeze by Julia Donaldson. A little old lady lived by herself, with a table and chairs and a jug on the shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. "There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your hen," said the wise old man. "Take in my hen? What a curious plan." Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug and flapped round the room, knocking over the jug. The little old lady cried, "What shall I do? It was poky for one, and it's tiny for two. My nose has a tickle, and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your goat," said the wise old man. "Take in my goat? What a curious plan." Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg, then sat down to nibble the table leg. The little old lady cried, "Glory be! It was tiny for two, and it's titchy for three. The hen pecks the goat, and the goat's got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your pig," said the wise old man. "Take in my pig? What a curious plan." So she took in the pig, who kept chasing the hen and raiding the larder again and again. The old lady cried, "Stop, I implore! It was titchy for three and it's tiny for four. Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your cow," said the wise old man. "Take in my cow? What a curious plan." Well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. A jig is a bit like a dance, dancing on the table. The little old lady cried, "Heavens alive! It was teeny for four and it's weeny for five. I'm tearing my hair out. I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take them all out," said the wise old man. "But then I'll be back where I first began." So she opened the window and out flew the hen. "That's better. At last I can sneeze again." She shooed out the goat and she shoved out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. She huffed and she puffed and she pushed out the cow. Just look at my house. It's enormous now. Thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was weeny for 5. It's gigantic for 1. There's no need to grumble and there's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house. And now she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash or a squeeze. The end. Something that is a squash and a squeeze is this classroom because I still haven't tidied it up. I need to hurry because you're back next week. I'll get onto it, I promise. Elephant, did you enjoy today's story? Elephant, did you enjoy today's story? You did. What was your favourite part? When they were all squashed in the house together. You liked that part? Okay. Let's have a look at today's work. The man in the story was very wise. The lady complained that she didn't have very much room, but it wasn't until she let all of the animals into her house that she realised that really is what no room is like. So after they left, her house suddenly felt really, really big. Today's work is for you to cut out some farmyard animals and stick them in their own houses. You've got a goat, a horse, a cow, a sheep, a pig, a goose, a dog, and a hen. I'm going to show you where I think they go on the picture of all of the different houses. This is my farm, and down here, to me, that looks like it's made for an animal who likes the mud. Can you think of a farmyard animal who likes the mud? Pig. And a pig's home is called a pigsty. Pigsty. Very, very muddy. Who do you think may live in a house and lay eggs? Absolutely right. The hen. The hen is in their hen or chicken, and this is often called a chicken coop. Chicken coop. Who might live in a kennel? A dog lives in a kennel. There's often a dog on a farm. Sometimes a sheepdog, and a sheepdog will help round up all of the sheep. Who might live in a pond? The goose. Let's put the goose in the water. There he is. This is a very big barn. What kind of animal will live in a barn or a stable? Well done. I heard 2 things then, and you're both right. It is the cow and who lives in a stable? A horse. I'm going to put them in my barn there. We have 2 homes left. They can be called runs or they can be called fields. Who might live there? The goat and the sheep. Sometimes you hear a sheep's home being called a sheep pen. I'm going to put the sheep in this one near the doggy so he can keep an eye on the sheep. If you want to, you can challenge yourselves by writing the names of the houses. If you choose to do that, you'll need to use a black felt tip pen because the picture's quite colourful and we might not be able to see your writing. So do you want to write sheep, pen? That's 2 words, sheep, pen. Do you want to write dog kennel with a little arrow pointing to the dog kennel? Do you want to label the chicken coop? It's your choice. You don't have to, but if you want to challenge yourself, you're more than welcome to. Good luck with your work today. Make sure you ask an adult before you use scissors. They might need to help you a little bit if you need it. Let's go and say goodbye to Elephant. And I'll see you very soon for maths.